Why are you arguing?
We're not arguing.
Let's stop arguing. This is the problem, man.
You know, fam. He didn't want to argue with no one.
Wallahi, that's not arguing.
Hey, you guys, please. Please, I don't take this nonsense, man. Please each other.
Nah, it's all good.
No, those two youngsters. You youngsters, go away, guys.
Now leave you. No.
You're a troublemaker, you know that.
I'm a troublemaker.
You had a good speech. Now you end up, you're not debating with the labels.
I'm not debating him.
Ignore them, yeah?
I agree with him.
Somali culture was
You're Somali first, you're African, you're Somali, so talk about Somali problems. You went to the march in Libya, but you didn't talk about the 500 people that were killed.
Today, are we recording, yeah?
Yeah, rolling now. Still
We're rolling.
for a
So
while.
yeah, I don't know if you heard that bit. Did you hear that bit?
No,
No,
start again.
So
Don't talk to him. Look to the camera.
Yeah,
Look
bro.
to the camera.
Yeah, bro. So the purpose of today is I want Somalis to understand there are multiple layers to your identity. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim.
Brother,
we are
I can't see
Muslim.
your eyes. Start again. I can't see. Brother, I'm a film director.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
You didn't know that.
I'm not lying.
We keep it raw contact.
No.
keep
I
it
want
real.
you to look.
I think
No,
this
eye
brother is the
contact.
most
No.
direct here.
Look, I'm looking in the thing, and your eye contact is not with the world.
All right.
I want you to have eye contact with the world.
All right.
Because remember, people are looking in your eyes.
That's true,
when
that's
you're
true.
talking. Have
That's
eye
true.
contact with the world.
That's true.
Stop busting out the
No.
place.
I know you say. I lied.
I hear you.
Keep it raw contact.
But yeah,
Content over everything.
So like I was saying, I want the Somali to get to grips with all layers of their identity. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim. Alhamdulillah, we are Isaq or Darood or Hawiya. Alhamdulillah, we are collectively Somalis. But what we're not comfortable with is our collective East African identity, nor are we comfortable with this collective African identity that we have. Nor is the African, particularly the children of the diaspora, those who come from the Caribbean, are comfortable with our unique identity as Somalis, right? So today I want to reintroduce ourselves as a Somali, and the fundamental difference between us and the Ethiopian is that they are people of the river, the greatest river in the world, the River Nile. We are not, yeah? We are people of the ocean. We come from what is mistakenly referred to as the Indian Ocean. In reality, it's the Somali Ocean. Yeah, it's the Somali Ocean, bro. We've run this ocean since the land of Punt. Yeah, and the land of Punt is minimum 10,000 years old, bro. Let's not get it twisted here, yeah? Minimum 10,000 years we have controlled, and owned the so-called Indian Ocean. Okay? And understand something, yeah? When the Bengali, when they wear ma'awis, they wear our ma'awis. Yeah? A sari is not a sari, it's a dira'. Yeah? Biryani is not biryani, it's suddah kharis. Yeah? The fact that you are taking my culture, you should give me credit. And the fact that you don't give me credit is because you don't understand that it comes from me. So today you'll be educated. You'll be educated, inshallah. And the first lesson is that the Somali, they are the people of the ocean. The Ethiopian, the Sudanese, the Egyptian, they are people of the river. Collectively, we are African. Collectively, we are East African. However, within that, the Somali is unique in our history. Now, one of the reasons why we are very uncomfortable with this, our collective East African identity, is because we are constantly lumped in together with Ethiopia. Now, do not get me wrong. Us, the Somali, the Eritrean, the Ethiopian, we are collectively the most homogeneous group on the planet. Fact, yeah? Collectively, we are the most homogeneous group on the planet. However, within that, there is essentially two states, yeah? So historically, Eritrea and Ethiopia has existed as a kingdom, as one continuous state. Whereas the Horn of Africa has existed as smaller city-states. This is important. This is very, very important that you understand this. Because of the fact that Somalis have existed as smaller city-states, when the Persians interact with us, when the Greeks interact with us, when people not from East Africa, when they interact with us, they often call us the same names that Yeah. So, where was I? I forgot. I lost my train.
Seal.
Huh?
He said they often call us.
So they often lump us in. They often use the same words to describe all of East Africa. Now,
The ancient Greeks didn't do that.
so the ancient Greeks were the first to
They
do
called
this.
us the Berber. boy.
Who does Berbers?
They called us Berbers.
From what I know, the word Ethiopia, it comes from Greek.
Yeah, Ethiopia, all of sub-Saharan Africa.
Correct,
was called
and India.
But they were a bit more specific in some places. Like they called the Abyssinians, they called them Sabaeans, yeah, and they called them the people of the coast Berber. They differentiate them from the people of Axum.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
You're right. You're
But
right.
in
There
the
are-
majority of cases, you're
Yes,
right.
so I'm talking
they
about
lump them together. Yes.
in general. I'm not talking about. There are exceptions to the rule. There are
Yes.
exceptions to every rule.
course.
But I'm just talking in general here. And generally speaking, we have collectively been referred to as Abyssinian. We have been collectively referred to as Ethiopian. And today, I want to end this narrative because ultimately, foreigners have seen us as a collective. And we are a collective. This is not, there is no doubt about this. We are collectively East African, but we are not collectively Ethiopian. We are not collectively Abyssinian. Yeah? So yeah, I mean, this is what I want to do, and I want to educate you lot about Somalia. So, lesson 1, yeah? There is people of the river, there are people of the ocean, yeah? The people of the river, they come from the greatest river in the world, the River Nile. Yeah, it's the modern day Ethiopian, the modern day Sudanese, the modern day Egyptian, right? And then you have people of the ocean, yeah. And the ocean is the Somali Ocean, mistakenly referred to as the Indian Ocean. Yeah, this is a fundamental lesson. Now we have been around since the time of the land of Punt, yeah, since the land of Punt, and today we exist as the people of the Horn of Africa. But Somalia, it's a very young word, yeah? If you look at the course of history, the course of civilization is 10,000 years. And we have existed as Somalis for a very short period of time. However, this does not mean that the people of the Horn of Africa are young. We are not young, we are ancient.
So the oldest.
We are ancient,
The oldest
yeah?
people.
And whether we're the oldest or not, it doesn't really bother me, but I know we're old as hell, right?
Yes.
And we are amongst the oldest, right? And what I would like people to do is to go out and research, yeah? Because you cannot love Africa until you love the Horn of Africa. You cannot love Africa until you understand that Africa, she has been mutilated, bro. She has been mutilated, yeah? They have segregated Northeast Africa from Northwest Africa. They have segregated North Africa from the rest of Africa, and they have segregated the Horn from the rest of Africa. And you have to understand, Africa, she's a rhino. Yeah, she's a rhino, and we are the people of the Horn. Yeah, and we, the African, collectively, we have been at war for 5,000 years against this disease called the caste system. Yeah, and for 4,500 years, we have been winning. And a big reason for that is because of the Horn. Yeah, and I'm telling you now, fact, yeah, we are not going to win this war without the Horn. And we will win this war because of all of us. Yeah, so in order for the Horn to come together with the rest of the continent, the Horn must understand that we have a collective East African identity, plus we have a collective African identity. And the rest of Africa must understand that within East Africa, there is a unique Somali identity. Yeah, but I don't really like the word Somali. I would prefer to use the term the Horn of Africa, because that is ancient, and Somali and Somalia and Somaliland and Djibouti and all these things are very, very young. Yeah, so we have to portray this and not portray this, but project this in order for other people to understand. Yeah, because I want Somalis to be a part of this movement and to be represented within this movement, and this cannot happen. And this cannot happen until, like I said, the Somali gets to grips with the multiple layers of their identity, and the African gets to grips with this unique Somali identity.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to ask me some questions. You know what I mean? If you wanna ask me some questions.
What was the movement you're talking about?
So what is referred to as pro-black consciousness, pro-black, pro-African, whatever you wanna call it, really, because ultimately we all have the same we all have the same opposition. Yeah, and they've been fighting us for 5,000 years, Rude Boy. And I'm telling you, we were winning for 4,500 years because we were united. Now, the European, for example,
Yes.
the Swedish man understands he's not the same as the Norwegian. The Norwegian understands he's not the same as the Danish.
Yes.
But they all collectively understand they have this collective identity of the Nordic countries, of the Scandinavian countries. And within that, they have a collective European identity. So, for example, when the Swedish man fights the Danish man, they go to war, bro.
What about the Africans that are killing the Somalis?
Ethiopian government.
Raping Somali girls.
Yeah,
killing
and
Somali, Africa, Amazon. No one knows about it.
Amisom, yes.
Kenya.
What about
Kenya.
Yes, yes,
How
yes.
can we unite? Okay, how can
That's
we unite
crazy.
when the African Union, which represents the governments of Africa,
Yeah.
is slaughtering Somalis
So-
and raping Somali women?
So Kenya has a very a huge anti-Somali prejudice and
It's
racism.
all of Africa. That's
But
against
Kenya,
Somalis.
but Kenya especially,
Kenya especially.
Kenya especially.
Kenya
Listen,
and Ethiopia.
Kenya. When I went to Somalia, yeah, I wanted to go to Nairobi.
Yes.
Yeah, and I announced this to my family,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, yeah, more than one of my aunties, yeah, were crying, begging me not to go, because they were scared that the moment I land, I'll get locked up for terrorism, so stuff. And it's because of the racism that Kenyans have towards Somalia, and it's not just.
Don't want to be here. No, you don't want to be here.
I'm calm.
What, non-pixelated today,
You on
yeah?
your Facebook?
I don't mind.
MashaAllah, come in. All right, come in then, brother. Come in. So, where was I? So yes, you're
Last time we had his face blurred.
so you're right, yeah. There is prejudice that the Somali faces around
So
Africa.
Africans prejudice against Somalis. You
Correct.
do that?
Yes.
They do
And
that.
I'll be honest with you, the
Other
most
Africans, not Africans, other Africans, because we're all Africans.
we're all
Exactly,
African.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
good
yeah.
point.
All Africans, yes.
You're correct.
So
Yeah.
we
All
have to, first of
other
all,
Africans.
in order for this not to happen, we need to first stop segregating ourselves from the rest of Africa.
So what about you? So you got to talk about the land Kenya's taking right now from the Somalis. Talk about the seas the Kenyans are taking right now. Talk about how Kenya is working with Al Shabaab and exporting over $2 million worth of charcoal and salt from Somalia.
How can
Why
we
don't you
deny
talk
it?
about
They
that?
are
I understand.
Why
stealing
don't you
our
talk about the
I-
Somali girls that are raped and killed?
I understand there
why don't they talk about
there
it?
are huge huge problems that Somalis face in Somalia, in Africa, and wherever.
It's the European, the one that's raping the Somali girl.
No.
It's the European, the one that's taking the charcoal and salt from
No.
Somalia. Then why you blame the European?
I'm not blaming Europeans.
It's the African.
I'm telling you
it's
the
the-
reason.
Other Africans.
But I'm
It's the
other
Kenyan that's
Africans.
pointed
It's
out.
other Africans,
Other
and I'm telling you this facts. Yeah,
What?
it is not innate in us for us to hate each other. Yeah, for 10,000 years we have been trading with each other.
No, that's not true. What, trading with the Kenyans? No, we weren't trading with the Kenyans.
We were trading with the
Who are
rest of
Kenyans?
Africa.
Who are Kenyans?
We were trading with
There's a lot of-
we
we were trading with the rest of
yes,
Africa.
Yes, different Africans, yes, different Kenyans, right? Yeah.
What do we mean by Kenyan? What do we mean by
Kenyans is
Ethiopian?
just another funny
What do we mean by Kenyan?
Okay,
What do
let
we
him
mean
brother speak. Go on.
Ethiopian? Because you're saying we weren't trading with Kenyans, we were trading with Swahilis, yeah?
It's really, yes.
So we need to make it clear. A lot of ethnic groups that live in Kenya now didn't live there in
the
prehistoric
British
times.
brought them
A lot
over.
of migration happened between Central Africa and East
Carry on,
Africa. So when we say Kenyan, we need to be clear what Kenyan is. This is another problem in Africa. When we speak about Ethiopian, there's no such thing as Ethiopian.
There's no such thing.
There is absolutely no such thing as Ethiopian. So you can't. Ethiopian. It's but people,
Like
when they say
technically-
Ethiopia, they're referring to Amhara and they're referring to other Habesha, Tigray, Tigrinya.
My question to you is,
Obama's are
why don't you
Ethiopian.
bring up the problems the Somalis go through, about the Africans that are attacking the Somalis,
So-
taking the Somaliland,
so all of this-
taking the salt from Somalia,
Let him
they don't
reply.
talk about the
I
Somalis that
reply?
are going the problem
Can I
Somalia.
reply?
Yeah,
You're
reply.
talking for them.
Can I
How
reply?
does that work?
Can I reply? Listen, I'm a suck. Yeah. Furthermore, I'm not just a suck. I am a direct survivor. Hang on, of the Holocaust. Yeah. Hang on. Let me speak.
okay.
I am a direct survivor of the Holocaust,
We're
and I'm
talking about Somalia
Let me
or Somali.
talk, please. Let me answer your question. Yeah. I am a direct survivor of the Holocaust,
Oh, that's the
and I'm telling you.
We're talking about the present right now.
Can I speak?
You're seeing
Stop interrupting me, Abdullah. You done this last week as well. You have to,
talk.
brother. You have to be able to listen, bro.
Let him speak, let him speak, let him speak.
Be humble enough to listen, bro.
Oh, hang on,
Let him
hang on.
speak.
Now I'm telling you, I am a survivor of the Holocaust, and I'm telling you, I forgive him.
Yeah.
The people who murdered me, I forgive them. The people who destroyed 95% of Hargeisa, I forgive them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now there are problems, yes, that Somalis face in other parts of Africa. I'm telling you, the same fundamental cause. It is the same fundamental cause. Yeah, and that's because the African, collectively, we have been taught to hate ourselves. So we murder ourselves. Yeah, we kill ourselves. We kill each other.
So why are the Africans all uniting against the Somalis? Huh?
Brother, I don't know where you're
You don't know about.
I don't know where you're getting.
You don't know about Amazon raping Somali.
I know
girls.
about this. I know about this.
Why don't you ever? You come to the park
Because
you
there's
don't
a
ever talk
there's a
about
fundamental problem.
Somalis going getting raped.
There is a
Somalis-
fundamental because I'm talking about the fundamental problem.
You talk about.
But that is the fun. Listen.
No, why are they
You're
raping?
Somali first before you're African.
Why are they killing them? Why are they killing them? Why are they not killing Europeans? Why are they not killing
You're
Turks?
Somali first before you're African.
Why are they not killing
You're
Europeans?
Somali first before you're African.
I know I'm Somali.
Then why don't you ever talk about Somali problems?
Brother, because I am talking about the bigger picture here. Yeah, remember I'm Morpheus, bro. I'm outside the matrix, innit?
So you're,
Yeah, I'm outside the matrix. I'm talking about the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
The bigger picture. Yeah, and there's a fundamental issue. The reason why there's so much violence in Africa in comparison to other regions of the world is because the African has been brainwashed.
conspiracy theories again, right?
There you go.
No, but listen, he's right. He's right.
Directly killing Somalis or taking Somali soil or taking Somali seas. It's
Well,
the
yeah,
African,
well, yeah.
the black man that's taking your soil,
So
he's
before-
taking your soul,
so-
he's taking your money, he's raping your woman. That's what it is.
What is it? Hey, yo.
Well, the Kenyans, you don't know, man. That's what it is.
Kenyans.
Okay, the Kenyans,
Listen,
Kenyans are taking the oil in our seas. The Kenyans are taking the fish in our seas. The Kenyans are raping our sisters and our daughters, and you don't know about it. Yet you want. I mean,
Listen, let's not get too angry.
Yes,
innit?
no, listen.
what I'm angry
carry
about,
on.
as you, as a Somali, you know about what's going on, but you don't talk about it. You're talking about other people's problems, but you don't talk about your problems.
Brother, we all collectively
No, there's
share
no
the fundamental problem.
No,
We
man.
share a fundamental issue.
the
We
Kenyans-
share more of an issue, though. Would you disagree with that? Because it seems like other African nations are uniting against Somalia in
That's a
AMISOM,
fact.
the African Union mission in Somalia, where all of the countries around Somalia, Kenya, Ethiopia, have sent their troops in, and they haven't regulated anything, and they've been raping Somali women, they've been burning villages.
Yes,
This
they
is
don't
all
ever
completely
talk
proven.
about it. They don't ever talk about it.
And no one
Today
ever
we're
talks
talking
about
about
it.
it.
No one
Today
ever
we're
talks
talking about
about
it.
Today
it.
what's
So
talking
that's
about
why
it?
let's
Why don't they talk about
Let's
it?
talk about
Let's
it.
talk about
So
it.
today
then.
we're
Why
talking
don't you
about.
ever talk about it? Why did I have
Brother,
to come
because
say I bring up?
They don't
because
come
I
to
am
us.
talking about the fundamental issue.
Yeah, but this is
You're missing the fundamental issue because you think they're just raping each other because why? Because they want to.
No, they hate
because
they don't
who
like
taught them
us.
to hate them? Who taught them to hate them?
Bring the European.
No, I'm not the European. Who taught? They taught, bruv. It's before the European, you know. This comes from the Indo-Aryan. I keep saying this, bro. It comes from the Indo-Aryan, bro.
Yes,
It
but-
comes from the Turk, the Persian, and then the European.
Turk and the Persian. I can't be
Yes, but you do
bringing
understand.
up all of
Who segregated the Somali from the rest of Africa first?
No, we segregated ourselves from
The
them.
Turk.
No, they
It was the
didn't.
Turk that
No, they
convinced
didn't,
us
man.
we're not
No,
I mean,
African.
what
No,
is
they
African though? All this African identity, I don't understand. What is African?
So this is what I mean. At the beginning, I said the Somali has to get
What is
to
African?
grips with all layers of their identity. Yes,
it's in Africa, yes.
We have to get to grips with all layers of identity. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
We are not here to do with identity politics.
Bro.
We're here
Yes, but a
to
lot of
talk
other
about
Africans don't
what the
see us as
Somalis are going through. Why don't you ever talk about what the Somalis
Yeah,
are going
but
through?
there's people that
Right?
say
You went to
Somalis
the
are
march. You went to
Africans, you
the
get me?
march about the people got
Don't
getting
make
locked up
sense.
In South Africa, hang on. In 2010. No, hang on. In 2010.
Why don't you
In
talk about
2010.
when
Listen to me.
the 300 people killed in Mogadishu? Why do you not talk
Wait, hang on.
about 300 people killed in Mogadishu?
500
Why
first
do
of
you-
all. It was 500. It was 500.
Why do you not
It was
talk about
500. Let's not get it
Why
twisted.
not? Why
It
not?
was 500. Let's not get it twisted. It was
talk about
500.
other people.
It was
Don't talk
500.
about your problems.
Hang on. There is a fundamental issue that we all share.
What's that?
It is self-hate.
Oh, come on. Man.
That is the fundamental
You're the only one
issue.
that's got self-hate. You're the one that don't care.
Yo, I don't want to stop it. Relax. That's enough. That's enough.
I think in the beginning was good.
No, I think.
You turn out.
I don't know why. I don't know why I
that's
speak.
not argument.
Other Somalis want to shut me down. I don't know why.
Because you're not talking about
Let him
Somali.
speak, let him speak,
you're
let him
not
speak, let him
talking
speak.
about Somali problems.
Is Somali
You're
part of
talking
Africa?
Yes, Somali is part of Africa.
Okay, do
But
we
Africa-
Hey,
Africans-
this is the problem, fam. This is the problem. Why are you arguing?
No,
Why are you
We're
arguing,
not
fam?
arguing.
Let's stop arguing. This is the problem, man.
Himself, you know, fam. He didn't want
Listen.
to argue with no one.
No,
Wallahi, that's not
guys,
arguing.
Hey, you guys, please. Please, I don't take this nonsense, man.
Hey, what you
Please,
doing?
each other.
Nah, it's all good.
No,
it's all
no,
good, it's all
don't
good,
do
it's all
youngsters.
good.
You youngsters, go away, guys.
Now leave you. No.
You're a troublemaker, you know that.
I'm a troublemaker.
You had a good speech. Now you end up, you're not debating with the labels.
I'm not debating him.
Ignore them, yeah?
I agree with him.
Somali culture was.
You're Somali. You're Somali
Guys,
first before
hey,
you're
guys,
African.
boys,
You're
boys.
Somali. So talk about Somali problems. You went to the march in Libya, but you didn't talk about the 500 people that were killed. You went to the march in Libya, but you don't talk about your Somali sisters that are getting raped. You went to the march in Libya, but you didn't talk about your people losing the oil and the sea and the water. Why don't you talk about your people?
You told him, let him respond. You told him.
Why don't you ever talk about your people?
So in 2000,
Let him respond.
so in 2011 there was horrific violence that Somalis were facing in Johannesburg. There was a march to the South African embassy. I was there. Yeah, front line. Yeah, I love my people. Yeah, I love my people.
Okay.
Now we collectively have issues that we share with other people. There is nothing wrong with building allies with people that you have issues that you
They've
share
allied
with.
against you. They've allied against you.
Listen,
Kenya,
man.
Burundi, all of them have allied against you.
Okay, yes,
They're
they
saying,
have.
Let's look for allies.
Yes.
What's this? Who's left?
Listen, let me
Somali's been isolated.
Bro, I don't care about governments. I'm not here for governments.
Let me speak, man. Let me speak.
I'm not here for governments, brother. I'm not here for governments, yeah? The governments are turned against us, yes, you're right.
Yes, they are.
Doesn't mean the people support their governments. Yeah, don't make assumptions.
I don't know about that.
I don't make assumptions.
I don't know about that.
Some do, yes, some do. But don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions that everyone does.
No, we're not going to. But you don't understand why it's hard. for us
But
to
you make your point,
assumptions.
brother.
You understand why it's.
My brother, that's what I'm saying. But yeah,
Maybe the government are doing fucking with you, but don't mean the people are doing fucking. You get me?
You're Somali first talk about the problems the Somalis are going through. Then once you sort out your problem, you can talk about Africa's problem and everything. First deal with your problem, your house. Before you can talk about another man's house,
listen.
you have to sort out
So
your house.
I'm gonna tell you straight up here, right now, to your face, yeah? We are Isaac, we're from Regesa.
Yes.
Somaliland is fake, it's not real. Yeah?
no.
Yeah, hang on, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Djibouti,
now.
Djibouti is fake, it's not real. Somalia is fake, it's not real. Ogden is fake, it's not real. The NFD is fake, it's not real. The only thing that's real is the Horn of Africa. And that is collectively where we are
But
from.
we're not united with Ethiopians.
Yeah, we are from the Horn. Did I say the Did I say the Horn or did I say East
What's
Africa?
the horn? What's the horn?
The Horn is what is today referred to as Greater Somalia.
Hold on. I thought you
Somalia.
talk about
Greater
East Africa.
Somalia.
Why are you going down? Let's go up a bit.
So there is multiple
East
identities.
Africa.
So there's multiple identities, yeah?
Yes.
So we are very comfortable with Muslim. We are very comfortable with Isaac, Hawiya, Darod. Yeah? We are very comfortable with Somali or Somaliland or Djibouti.
Yes.
Right? What we're not comfortable with is East African, nor are we comfortable with our African identity.
How do you know?
First of all, right now, you keep saying,
No, because they reject us.
you said other Africans,
Other Africans have united. It's a fact. They've united against
So
you.
other Africans.
Yes, other Africans.
But earlier you said Africans.
Huh?
Earlier you said Africans.
Yes,
Like you're not African.
How do you?
Yo, blood, let's get to the point. Forget about this, yeah? Yo, blood, get to the point, man. Why are you facing the leak, Kinnison? Face this way, talk to the camera.
Because my brother here, he's a very, very passionate brother. And moreover, he's
Let
very
them give them
knowledgeable.
another 5 years. They will learn their
Now,
lesson.
Masha,
They
I've
don't get
learned,
the point where you come from.
brother.
You make a good
I've
point.
learned a lot from this guy, you know.
Yeah?
I've learned a lot from this
This
guy.
young one.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't shut him down. He's a passionate. Sometimes he's wrong, mashallah, but he knows a lot. So I listen to
You're
him.
Somali
I
first
speak?
before you're African.
I
I
know
am
you
Somali
said, you
first.
said the point.
Like I said, I am Somali.
No. I think first we are African, then let's go down a bit, but don't go a bit down than Somali. Don't talk about tribes. You also
Tribes is fine.
You open the door for these kids, yeah. What you need to do,
Tribalism
identify
is wrong.
yourself as African, then down Somali, and talk about the culture of Somali. If you want to talk about, otherwise talk about the culture of Horn of Africa,
Sure.
rather than focusing. So don't let them over and then talk about that.
Sure.
No, I'm this.
So really
We're not
the
here.
point I wanted to make.
Everybody's here looks African. Everybody here, African, Caribbean.
African, yeah.
That's what we are here. That's
Yeah,
what we need.
yeah,
to
yeah,
focus
for
on.
real.
Thanks
All
very much,
brothers.
all brothers. Yeah. At the same time, you can have your faith, your belief, your different culture. Africa is got unique culture, different culture, million culture.
Lots of
You know, you-
it's
Thousands
your
of
second
tribes, yeah,
biggest,
absolutely.
so
second
you
biggest
talk about
continent.
more hundred language in one country.
Thousands of
Africa,
languages.
Africa.
Can you imagine?
Africa.
It's the
Nigeria,
second
same
biggest
thing.
continent.
Nigeria, same thing.
250
West Africa.
seconds in
Biggest
Nigeria.
continent after Asia.
So
and we
boys,
have been
boys,
treated
don't
like
let Abdullah.
It's a continent.
You shouldn't put less down. So keep that
No, I'm not saying.
your
I'm not saying-
local
I'm
business.
for-
Keep your local business to your local area.
Hide the face.
No, I can't face it. Absolutely not.
I'm okay with tolerating different cultures, different religions. I've got nothing against that.
listen.
You are a nationalist. That's what you are. You are a nationalist.
Listen, boys, I'm a
You're a nationalist. No, you're a proud Somalilander. Let's talk
This
facts.
guy,
I didn't say
he's
you.
not
Yes, you
gonna
are.
listen
Let's
anything.
talk facts,
You have to
bro.
come to the
You rep Somaliland. You don't rep Somalia. You rep Somaliland. You rep Somaliland. You rep Somaliland.
I'll deal with that.
I'm telling you, Somaliland is not real, bro.
Listen. I'm a Somaliland. What's your problem?
I don't rep Somaliland. I'm a Sak. I don't rep Somaliland. It's
Respect
fake.
then. Respect. Say
It's
respect.
not real.
No, just say respect.
The Horn of
No,
Africa
just
is
say
real.
respect.
Respect. What do you mean say
That's
respect?
your mom rude. That's the road you come from. Why you disrespect?
Bro, hang on.
Somaliland
Disrespect, sorry.
is exists whether you like it or 1960.
Somalia's
The only
1905.
country, the few country get
You don't even know your
independent.
history.
1960, the only the few country.
1905 is when Somaliland started.
Oh,
The
thank you very
British,
much. Okay.
the
That was the
British,
protectorate.
an Englishman, a Frenchman, an Italian came to the Horn of Africa.
We
He said,
invited the British.
hang on,
We
Oh,
invited
but
the
one
British.
eye.
hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. An Englishman,
Let him say what he has
an
to say,
Englishman
and
said
then
this
after
is,
that respond.
an Englishman said this is British Somaliland.
Correct. He didn't say that. It was a fellow tribesman, a man from your tribe, made a deal with the British, and we are proud of it. We are proud of it. We are
Proud of it. And Selassie is a Europhil, yeah?
no,
Selassie is a Europhil, yeah? You want to talk Selassie a Europhil, bro?
I don't support
What's
this.
wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you, bro? You're nuts, bro. Why are you nuts?
Abdullah.
Say I only blame this shit down the regime, bro.
No, stop it. Listen to me. We're not proud of it, so I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
are you talking about? You
don't know
lost
what
it,
you're
bro.
talking about.
You lost it.
I don't know
Anyway,
what
can I
you're
finish?
talking
Can I finish, brother? Because it's Somaliland. Because we're talking about Somaliland. That's where I'm from. Somaliland.
To be honest, those two boys, it looks like they are the one who just now their arguments going on rather than you.
Yeah, so I'm not the problem. Alhamdulillah.
No, you know, no. Seriously, I can see that. You two stop talking. Let him talk. The big man. You don't need to.
So hang on, please, bro. So where was I? So yes, Somaliland.
No Turkish, no Arab allowed.
Hey, brother, please. Hey, brother, can I speak, brother, please? Brother, let me speak, man.
Yeah, speak.
So Somaliland was created because an Englishman.
No, incorrect. He's lying.
Bro, go away.
A man from your tribe.
Oh, you're a liar, bro.
A man from your tribe.
You're lying.
A man,
You're lying.
You're
You're lying, bro.
But you haven't let him finish.
You're lying, bro. You're lying, bro. Somaliland was never a colony of Britain. Yeah, it was a British protectorate. It had the same status as Egypt and Sudan. We were never an official part of the empire. And you were right. We were bribed.
No, we weren't bribed.
We were bribed.
I'll tell you what it was.
We were bribed,
it's because
bro.
in Aden, the British controlled Aden, and the people in Yemen, the people in Yemen, they couldn't feed themselves, and we used to give them the camels and the livestock and everything.
Okay,
so
let me ask you a
the
question.
people in Aden couldn't survive without Somaliland.
Okay.
the north of the
So
whole.
in the 20s.
So what happened was
In the 20s,
British-
were we rich or
Our tribe was the one that were the traders. We would go to Aden and we would export the camels and the livestock from Berbera to Aden. And the people in Aden, the British realized that they couldn't feed the people of Aden because they didn't have Berbera. So what they did was the British came to Berbera and our tribe, the Ishaq, controlled Berbera, and they made a deal. They made a deal with the British. That's what it was. The Englishman didn't come to the north.
So the fact that the French said this is French Somaliland, that's a coincidence, isn't it? That's a coincidence.
The Englishman didn't come to the north and say,
what
this
are
is
you
my
talking
land.
about?
We made a deal with him, and today,
Like I said, we
your
were
tribe-
bribed. We were bribed, bro. We were bribed.
It was
The
business.
fundamental
It was
difference,
business.
the fundamental difference between European colonization for the Somali and the rest of the African is the rest of Africa was raped, brutalized, mutilated. We were bribed.
No, we were bribed.
We
No,
were
we
bribed,
were
bro.
bribed.
Okay, so what
We
you're
were
saying,
bribed.
business.
It was a business deal.
We were bribed, bro. We were literally
Was it in your
bribed.
benefit? Was it in your benefit?
Yes, it was in our benefit.
Again,
Our livestock.
Sorry.
Calm me down, keep it down.
To Aden.
Right, so hold on.
Sorry.
Why are you saying bribed? He says business. Why do you say it's bribed?
First of all, he knows that money was exchanged. He knows that Mogadishu was leased to an Italian. He knows this fact.
No,
It was leased.
Speak now.
No,
Was Mogadishu leased to the Italians? Yes or no? Was it leased to them? Was it leased to the Italians?
Mogadishu were never part of
Wait.
We're never part of Mogadishu. That's what I'm saying. He's a nationalist. This guy's a Somaliland nationalist.
What's wrong with that?
We're talking about
I'm
history.
pro-Somali. I'm pro-Somalia.
You're pro-Somaliland. Let's talk facts.
pro-Somali.
You're pro.
So what's that got to do with
You're
I
segregating.
don't know. He's bringing up Mogadishu.
Bro, he said Mogadishu's got nothing to do with you.
Wait,
I didn't say. I said before the British and the
history.
Europeans.
Yes.
Why do you say bribed? He's saying you done business. So
Yes.
I said, was it in your interest? Was it in your
It was in our,
benefit?
as it
He
sucks.
said
Yes, it was in
So
our
why
interest.
do you say it was in your
Maybe
interest
short
or not?
term.
No, not short term. How long term? Long term. We still could jump off.
Hey, yo, can we have a proper discussion, man? Stop him, man.
Okay. So why do you say
One sec.
that it's not in your interest? Or you say
Because
it's, short term?
the Holocaust of Hargeisa, the Somali Civil War, yeah, all of these things, the root cause was European bribery, not colonization. We were bribed. We were bribed, bro.
Would you say food
And
like
hang on, listen, you have to understand this, yeah? Before the European came, Yes, the Sak saw himself as a Sak, and he saw himself as the northern part of the Horn
They
of
had
Africa.
their own sultanate.
Yeah, they had their own sultanate. However, we were very, very comfortable with our Somali identity. Like, Hargeisa could go to Mogadishu, no problems.
But you know
Today,
why-
we don't go to Mogadishu. We do not go to Mogadishu.
We know why we don't go
What's
to
that, a
Mogadishu.
tribe? You mean tribe?
No,
Yeah.
city. We don't go to Mogadishu, the
tribes.
city.
As
We
us,
don't
is our tribe.
When you say we-
Our clan, our clan.
Our clan, we don't
Our
go to
clan,
Mogadishu.
not a tribe, yeah?
Because, bro, we're scared, bro, because of the Holocaust, bro. They mutilated us, bro. 200,000 of us
There's a group
died.
of Somalians who mutilated another group.
Yes, and I forgive them because they're my brothers, bro.
Okay.
So if
What
I
was
can
their
forgive
reason
them
for doing that?
because of hatred that they adopted from the European.
Okay, right. That's what I was getting at. Okay.
It was the European that taught, it was the Italian that taught the southern Somali. Yeah, he was better than the
it
northern
teaching
Somali.
from the European?
Why are you bringing it? Listen,
Hold
why
on,
you-
wait. Hold on. Come, explain yourself now.
Let me speak. Listen,
Let's hear your side.
And don't argue, just
Okay, I'll
we're here
talk.
to spread knowledge. Maybe I don't know things that you know, so spread knowledge, that's it.
The region of north of the Horn was referred to as the Butchera of Aden. Because
Okay.
of the people in Aden, they couldn't survive without Berbera. Why?
Yes.
Because they not survive without Berbera? Because we were exporting
Yes.
livestock, we were
Yes.
exporting camel.
Yes.
Still
And
do that.
until today,
Yes.
1/3 of the world's camel comes from the north of the Horn. And when we used to export our camel, we would cut off the, we would, what do you call it? What was the word? We would sterilize the animals.
So what's that got to do
we would
with the Italians?
we would sterilize the animals. So when the livestock would get to Yemen, the animals couldn't reproduce. So our business could
Are
continue.
you tying it into the point where he's saying
He's making a
they
completely
caused-
irrelevant
no,
point.
No, wait.
No.
Are you tying it into the point where
And-
he's saying the European, the Italians?
No, I'm not talking about
made
Italian.
one- No, listen.
The Italians didn't come to the north.
Wait, listen to what he said.
Yeah.
The Italians
made this
poisoned the mind
Look
of the.
look down on another group so that these lot slaughtered that group.
Before the Europeans,
Yeah.
there was tribalism in the
Already
north
had
of the
it.
Horn.
Okay, fine.
There was tribes, not tribalism.
listen,
They're not the
There
same
was,
thing.
they were always
okay,
fighting.
okay.
Before the Europeans,
They were fighting.
Darod,
Not the same
Isaac,
way.
Hawiya,
There is
Hawiya,
fighting and
all
then
of these
there's
different
fighting
tribes
and then
were
there's
fighting
annihilation.
over
They
grazing
all deserve
lands.
to die.
And so the
There's
Europeans.
genocide.
So if you
That's not
come
the same
today
thing.
and say the
That
Europeans
comes from
came
fascism.
and they turned us on each other,
That we
it's
got from
bullshit.
what? We got from Mussolini, bro.
Mussolini.
We adopted
blame
It happened for that reason.
Huh? It's blame game.
Did the Europeans encourage it more?
No, they didn't. The Europeans, matter of fact, pushed for Somali nationalism.
He's not
So-
saying anything.
so
He won that.
it's the same, it's the blame game. Everyone likes to blame the Europeans.
Let's finish it. Just finalize.
You won't get anything out of blaming the Europeans.
He's not, no, but
could
he's
be
got
facts,
a point for like.
It's not facts.
Stop picking up on every point. Listen to me. He's got a point. The idea of genocide came from Mussolini and it came from the Italian
fascism,
So
yes.
he's right on that point.
Yes.
However, you must understand that it was because of Ethiopian intervention. The Ethiopian government that also enabled them to commit genocide because they armed the rebels and they handed the rebels
What,
over.
Selassie?
They expelled the rebels from their territory.
After Selassie.
That gave the
Okay, what's his name again?
not after Selassie.
There's some
this was
communist-
during
some communist
this
guy.
was after
I
the
can't remember his name.
his name was Mengistu.
Mengistu.
Yes, Haile Mariam Mengistu. So he
Pagan, full-time pagan, bro.
yes, he was a Derg communist and
Full-time
he kicked,
pagan.
he kicked the militias that
And
he
Castro.
armed. He kicked the militias
Castro was a
that he
op as well,
armed
bro.
out
He
of
sent
Ethiopia.
Cubans to Somalia.
After giving them weapons, he kicked them out.
He's a op, bro.
Then what's the leader of Somalia going to do when these rebels have been kicked back out into Somalia? He's going to
let's have a
destroy
hug-
them.
let's hug it
That's
out
why
on
the
camera.
genocide
Let's hug it
happened.
At the end of the day, we're both Ishaq, innit?
We're
So-
both Isaac. We're both from the
doesn't
same
matter,
tribe. Now,
So-
brother, sorry, finish your point.
Yeah, so you see, that's the thing here. It was Ethiopia
There's
that
a lot-
enabled that
there's a lot
genocide.
more involved at the same time. I'm saying, when these lot plan, yeah, they plan for years.
Yes.
Now that you've brought Ethiopia into the mix, it come like there's a lot more to this story than just two tribes. Do you get what I'm saying?
This is a geopolitical game.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like, as you said, that-
Selassie ultimately did not want a superpower next door to him.
Exactly.
Yeah? That's why he did everything he
a
could.
Muslim superpower or any.
A
Any
Muslim one
superpower.
specifically
Anyone.
as well.
Before Haile Selassie,
Yeah,
before
but
Haile
that makes
Selassie,
more sense,
there was a
innit?
guy called Iyazu. He was the
Lijiasu.
Have you heard of him? He was a Muslim guy.
Lijiasu, I think.
I don't know.
It's Lijiasu. Yeah, I think it's Lijiasu.
He was a Muslim. But what happened was, when Melik died, Melik II died, he had two daughters. When his first daughter gave birth to Iyazu, Iyazu was supposed to become the king. Iyazu became to Harar, and he came to Harar, where he converted and he turned to Islam. A Somali agent that was working for the Italians turned on Iyazu and said, well, the king of Ethiopia has turned to Islam. So the Orthodox Christian Church of Ethiopia, what they did was they straight to cut ties with Iyazu, and Iyazu's auntie took over Ethiopia, and the aunts died, and Haile Selassie took the throne. But just to blame Haile Selassie.
I don't blame Haile Selassie. I don't blame Haile Selassie.
He did in 1958 claim the whole Somali region. He was against our independence. Yes. But
it goes deeper. It's much deeper.
It's crazy. It's to do
more. I'm just saying,
geopolitics.
The Caribbean,
yeah.
So Selassie's like,
hey, yo,
you know what I mean?
But you were like,
man.
Hang on. I want to talk to people specifically, those who identify as Rasta, yeah. Because I understand that Selassie is a very important figure to you, yeah. But all my brothers them in Jamaica, what you have to understand is, yeah, you only read the words of Selassie. You did not see his actions.
The Oromos, yeah? What the Oromos?
I'm telling you his actions.
It's brutal.
I'm telling you
there's a group that's ethnicity.
Stop talking over me, brother.
Okay,
please, man. Abdullah, show some respect, brother. I'm older than you.
Alright, sorry.
So, brothers, I want to speak to the Jamaicans, yeah. I'm saying to the Jamaicans specifically, yeah. Selassie's words and Selassie's actions, please, brother. Can you go on camera if you want to talk, if you have a conversation?
Go on.
Selassie, his words were nice. Guess what? Obama's, please, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Selassie, yeah, to the Jamaican, yeah, you only heard his words, yeah? You do not see his actions. I am telling you, his actions do not match his words, okay? Like Obama had nice words, yeah? But we go by his actions. We judge him by his actions. And a black man with an African name dropped 100,000 bombs on Africa.
He's a waste man.
Yeah, facts. No, Obama.
No, I'm saying what you saying Selassie did. That's what
Selassie stole Somalia from the Somali.
He stole
it wasn't even Selassie. It was the guy before him.
Menelik II.
Menelik II.
Selassie, but the Somalis.
Brother, wait.
Yeah.
He mentioned Jamaicans.
Yes.
Then he's mentioned Selassie.
Yes.
And he said his words were nice, but his actions weren't.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get what
actions. Let me tell you.
I've heard the rumours.
Yeah.
But it's always been like propaganda.
Okay.
So now there's someone more closer to the region like you lot.
Yes. There's a group of people in Ethiopia known as the Oromo. They're the largest ethnic group in Oromo. They're very close to us in terms of language. We share the same Cushitic language, and in terms of culture, we're very similar. And even if we phenotype, they look like us. They look like us. Haile Selassie's mother was an Oromo, and she was a Muslim. Yes. No one knows this a lot, but then
His mother?
His mother was a Muslim. They don't tell you that, do they? They don't tell anyone. They don't tell anyone.
Haile
Selassie's mother, Haile Selassie.
Akis, one thing you have to know is do your research.
Haile Selassie's mother was a Muslim, and she was made to convert to Christianity, and then by the church that controls. Was a Muslim. She was made to convert to Christianity, and then what happened was the Oromos, the people that his mother was from, the Oromos were put through. It was disgusting, man. Disgusting, man.
Genocidal.
He used to feed his lions fresh meat while the Oromos would starve.
Hold on.
Yes.
This were the rumours.
Yeah.
This is what?
This is a rumour.
General people in the Caribbean used to say.
Nah, I just wanted
but the Rastas used to
go in.
So the Rastas used to say, this is propaganda against a king. Hear what I'm saying?
Okay. He's not a king, he's an emperor. Understand the difference?
We didn't have no internet back then.
Okay.
Right? So
Well,
just think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, you had libraries and so on, and books are really expensive.
We had photographs.
And hear what I'm saying? Yeah. You had photograph, and they would make documentary, right? Yes. So I'm saying, imagine the Black Caribbean Christian.
Yes.
He's opposing. He's opposing
Ethiopia, Somalia, Gambia, Nigeria. I swear that Africa is one, and anyone that says anything different after one, look. Ethiopia, Somalia, Nigeria, Gambia. I swear that Africa is one, and anyone that says anything different after one, look. I know the Somalians have got their own culture, and Ethiopians have got their own culture. East Africans have got their own culture. That is real talk, what my brother told ya. I said Somalians have got their own culture, and Ethiopians have got their own culture. It's real talk what my brother told ya, but try to divide us and lick you like a boulder. One order. Culture. And we burn down a weasel and a vulture. And we burn down a weasel and a vulture. You see, Somalia, that's the people of the sea. Ethiopia, the people of the river. But guess what, fam? It's still true. At the most high we can deliver to our children. It's one family. Can it be like that? Can we be brothers? Can we look out for each other? Or do we have to see our brothers them suffer? Cause in Ethiopia and Somalia, children suffer. For children it gets tougher. For children it gets rougher. And in this country, whether you're Somalian or Ethiopian, you're still getting stopped by the undercovers. And they don't know the difference between you. But they still roll up on you. Is this not true? So burn them. If they come around, then run them. They can't function. I ain't into disruption or distraction or destruction or corruption. So one more time. Ethiopia or Somalia, Nigeria or Gambia. I say Africa is one, and anyone that say anything else, I'm half a bun called Ethiopia, Somalia, Nigeria or Gambia.
So you came and shut down our thing.
Africa is one.
No, he gave it a spot. More love.
I will do the debate. That's real talk you're saying, though. That's real talk. That's real talk. I like that. That's real talk. It's real talk. And it's all love. So what the brother was saying about, you know, just to address that. Hang on 1 second, please. Abdullah, you need to learn patience.
All right. Sorry.
Listen, just to address what the brother was saying, yes, we agree with it. I agree with this anyway. We have this collective African identity, and we have to get to grips with this African identity if we are to move forward. Okay, we have to get to grips with it. Now, in order for us to get to grips with it, what we need is for other Africans, particularly the children of the diaspora, to get to grips with our identity. Yeah? So today we want to teach, basically. That's what we want to do. We want to teach. So going back to Selassie, No, for us to get to grips with our own African identity, and for other Africans to
understand each other.
To understand that we're not Ethiopian, bro. We are unique. We are the people of the sea, the ocean, and the ocean is the Somali Ocean.
Why'd you say like that?
It's the Somali Ocean. It's not the Indian Ocean.
We're not Ethiopian, bro.
We're not Ethiopian.
But we're not Ethiopian.
Because you lot keep calling us Ethiopian.
A lot of people say
foreigners to East Africa call all of us Ethiopian.
A lot of
back in the day, innit?
We're not. This is the lies.
These are the lies, brother.
We were never
Abyssinia. Tell me, wait, let me see this. Tell me what is Abyssinia.
The land of Punch, bro.
Listen.
Not that far.
No, but listen.
Even then we had city-states, Isa. So even then we had, listen, the fundamental difference between us and the Ethiopian is this. Yeah, Ethiopia was wealthy, but they weren't as rich as us. And because they weren't as rich as us, they had to exist as a kingdom, as one continuous kingdom. Yeah. Whereas Somalia, the people of the Horn, we existed as independent city-states. Yeah, that were competing against each other and competing against Abyssinia. So when we went to India or China or wherever, they have heard of Abyssinia because it was a bigger
collective.
It was one collective. It was bigger, and it was more. And it was more. Bro, this guy, bro, Abdullahi, bro. Seriously, man. Bro, you need to learn etiquette, bro. Seriously, bro.
Yeah,
learn etiquette, bro.
Marco Polo.
Let him speak.
So let me finish and then do that. The hell, brother. Abdullahi, bro.
Go on.
Where was I?
Where was he?
So yes, we existed as independent city-states.
No, you said when you go to China or something.
Yes, to China, to the Persians, to the Greeks, they saw us as one because they've heard of Abyssinia before, and they saw us looking similar to them, so they just assumed we were Abyssinia. So this is where this notion comes from, because other people, foreigners, have used Abyssinia, Ethiopia as collective terms to encompass all of East Africa.
All of sub-Saharan Africa.
So wait, genetics are the same, more or less, yeah, correct?
No. Let me tell you why.
You say genetics are different.
Completely different.
So listen, this brother's been waiting. Let speak and I'll
speak.
Last week they said Hitler and them got the same.
We have been talking about
What I was trying to make up last week was, if you're dealing with haplogroups, The Somali haplogroup E1, E1B, 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 it started in the north of the Horn and expanded all the way to north of Africa, and expanded to even Europe. 20% of Albanians carried E1B, E1B, E1B haplogroup. So to say you're all the same because you share a haplogroup.
No, I was going to ask. I was going to go further.
Oh yeah.
I was stopping on that one.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Okay.
No. I was saying basically you mentioned the because you were talking about the Haile Selassie thing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a great thing. You said that like we used to feed, like he used to feed. He'd eat
fresh meat to the
lions. Yeah.
Yes.
But nothing to the other.
Oromos.
And no, basically what the brother's saying is that Haile Selassie, the emperor, he used to feed the lions fresh meat, but his people, whenever you didn't feed them nothing.
His people or Oromo?
No,
Oromo. His mother was Oromo.
He's Oromo, yeah, Oromo, and his people, and his people,
he was half Oromo.
He didn't like.
Is this true though?
Yes, it
It's
is.
true. No, I'm giving you. Don't go. I'm giving you. No, but here's the thing. Instead of arguing,
No, I'm not arguing.
Instead of that, I'm giving. I don't want to go into debate. I'm going to give. Tonight as well. I will put it on content as well. The reference as well. Everything.
Okay.
So what he's just mentioned is true. What he's done. Yeah. There's stuff what he's done was good, but like I was mentioning, he went rogue.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Hold on. Let me finish. He went rogue. Yeah. He went rogue. And basically he started basically mistreating his people, and what he's like he said, his
except the Amhara.
His own people,
Except the Amhara.
and except only the Amhara, but the Oromo he used to treat them bad.
Stop.
Amhara.
So he got Amhara.
Yes.
And he
The
treated them
dominant group in
special.
Ethiopia.
Made them the dominant class.
Yes,
because that was his
and the
dad's
lions,
lineage.
and the
That was his
lions.
dad's
See
lineage.
the lions,
Yeah.
because he used to like the lions.
That was his father's
He used to give them fresh meat.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
What I want to know then is,
But
was there any enmity between him and the people that he was oppressing? Like, did they have tribes that would?
No. I'm saying,
Of course,
he did. But I'm saying, there's a time where what happened is there's a stage in his life where he went rogue. Yeah. It happened in the best of us. He went rogue.
Bruv, you say he went rogue, but I'm saying like when you've got groups, you see the thing is, let me explain something.
There's Oromo, and there's Amhara, and Tigray, But the Oromo, he treated them like rubbish.
Really?
Yeah. In fact.
So why did he go Jamaica?
Yeah. I'll come back to that.
Right, I want to hear
so
this.
now,
I want to hear this.
Now, the Rastas, when they respect him, the good works he's done. Yeah. This is before the situation. Now the Rastas don't know the situation deeply what he's done with the Oromo and
don't
Tigray.
believe it.
But the owner Rastas will tell you the stuff he did in Jamaica. Do you understand?
No. Hear my point.
Yeah.
If the Oromo, because I keep hearing the Oromo
is a tribe.
I keep hearing their phenotype is Bantu.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
They share phenotype.
It's not true.
Similar phenotype.
And also,
So they look like Somalis.
Yes, they do.
And also Issa, and the journalist Darkest Howie. You know the journalist, the Trinidadian. Darkest Howie. And I will put the link. Tonight as well on content as well. It is Darkest Howie. Basically, he invited a group of Rastafarians, and when he invited them, he told them that yes, there is good stuff.
You mean in the interview?
Yeah.
The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah. He did interview. No, but he.
Didn't like him after
Yeah. They didn't like him, but he was talking real.
Haile
He was talking real facts though. He said, "Listen,
Interview the Rasta.
I love every African. I'm pro. You know what I mean? But he goes, we have to talk objectively facts. Sure, my man Haile Selassie did some good stuff, but I'm only. But
how do we know
look
it's
at the way.
true,
Look at the way. Research.
eyewitnesses.
I'll give you facts.
I'll give you
Look what Darkest Howie said. Look what Darkest Howie said.
I'll give you references.
Look what Darkest Howie said. Look what Darkest Howie said. Darkest Howie said, listen, all you Rastas, you're only respect. You're respecting Haile Selassie do the work he did in Jamaica and the past work he done and the past way there. But I'm telling you the negative stuff he did. Now he told the Rastas, yes, how can you call Haile Selassie a god, and also how can you call him? He's a perfect person, because the Rastas say Haile Selassie is perfect, isn't it? But Haile said, okay, if he's perfect, why did he treat?
Not all of them.
Some of them. So why did he treat? Not all of them. I know that. Why did he treat certain Ethiopians bad?
But bruv, you can easily answer that.
Yeah. And why did he?
And why did he even give what my brother mentioned, the lions, the lions,
food and leave people
fresh food, and give the people stuff.
But bruv, hear what
Yes,
I'm saying.
I know. It's propaganda.
Exactly.
How
do I know which side is true?
I'm saying we have to. Wait, what? Rob, Dark is how he said. We have to address this issue first.
You're passionate, brother, mashallah.
And then Dark is how he's a Caribbean guy,
But how do, alright, whoever says what,
Yeah.
Because you're not going to give me reference.
Yeah.
That's paper and ink.
I'll give you reference.
I'll tell you reference right now.
We'll give you eyewitnesses, Banda. We'll give you eyewitnesses. How about that? We'll give you eyewitnesses.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I don't think you're going to have camera footage of him doing this. I don't know.
Why? Why not?
Hear what I'm saying. I know through the way of assessing evidence, there's going to be something else. Let's say if I dug into research, which would let me know what he did or didn't do.
Okay.
I'm saying, as a person from the Caribbean, as a young man growing up, my parents' generation, going church, they used to, not my parents personally, but that generation would disrespect the Rastas. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They would call them dirty head people, blah, blah, blah. When the Rasta man then was smelling nice of perfume, incense, and they'd be the ones that carried the black culture.
Yeah.
Wherever they're sitting down, these lot are talking about white Jesus, and the Rasta man's telling you your culture and select. Do you know what I mean? So for us,
but he's giving a very selective.
I'm just saying that kind of black hope of glory type of thing for us was Haile Selassie.
Okay, I
hear that. But like I said,
you're talking about
Issa, we are forgetting.
I'm saying,
Hang on,
what
you're forgetting is fundamentally this. The words of Selassie are not the actions of Selassie.
No, listen.
Hang on.
That's not what
In the
I'm saying.
Caribbean,
No, that's not
but
what
can
I'm
I finish
saying.
my point?
No.
Can I finish my point? In the Caribbean, you only heard the words.
Fair enough.
In East Africa, we saw the actions. And we as East Africans, we know you don't know the actions. We know this. And we're here to educate you about it.
Bro, forget that. Listen what I'm saying to you. No matter what you say, I'm not undermining what you're saying. My point is, let's say if I meet an Oromo person today, he might say, well, my granddad or great granddad and my uncles and so on. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I meet someone from there, this man came to tell me, boom, this is what happened. Yeah, my tribe, my family. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I meet people now and they said Saddam killed my uncle. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if I meet an Oromo person, for me, this will be something like that.
I'll tell you, as a Somali right now, in 1958, he was against the Somalis forming a state. He was against it. He claimed
because he didn't want to listen.
I believe it's because you're Muslim.
No,
it's way beyond that. Hang on. You have to understand politics, yeah? You have to understand politics. Selassie did not want a superpower next door to him. Facts, yeah? That's a fact. He did everything he could. He did everything he could to make sure there was not a superpower next door to him. Because people are only the only thing you can trust. Like my father used.
Give me
2 minutes. Let me just wrap up.
To all our African brothers, peace.
Let me just wrap up. Sorry, brother. Let me just wrap up.
Don't start the late.
Let me just wrap up. Sorry, where was I?
Wrap up. You're talking about Selassie, you know, like.
Thank you very much. Everybody's been listening, yeah? Appreciate the lady behind the camera.
What was that?
I'm for people coming together. I'm for people respecting each other.
Oh, yeah.
I'm for people respecting everyone's religion.
Superpowers next door to
together as one, please.
My point, please. So, Issa, to answer your question,
Make sure you doesn't
brothers, please, why is it when I speak, nobody wants to hear me?
Don't say that. We were listening. Go on.
Okay, so fundamentally, it's this. My father used to tell me growing up, you can only trust someone. You can only trust things that are in someone's self-interest. Do you understand?
Yes.
And it was in Selassie's self-interest, interest of survival, to make sure that there was not a superpower next door to him. And I'm telling you, for 10,000 years, we have been a superpower in Africa. Yeah, for 10,000 years. And Selassie was very well aware of this. Yeah, and he wanted to do everything he could to make sure that a united Somali state did not happen. So a fractured.
You don't see religion in that.
It was not. It was beyond religion, bro. It's beyond religion.
Even though you say
it's beyond religion.
Because for instance.
And also, he was against, Ogaden. You know Ogaden state? Ogaden. You know Ogaden?
No, I don't know.
You know Ethiopia?
Western Somalia.
They've got a line. You see, Somalia is like a figure of 7, innit? You know, you look at a map in Africa, Somalia is like a 7. But so if you look at reality, it's big. Somalia is like all the way to Ogaden is massive. You understand?
It's like a third of Ethiopia.
It's third of Ethiopia. So the British, they gave the
original.
They
and then
gave
some away.
they gave our land to the Ethiopians. Yeah,
Why did they
it's
give
a bit like the
typical, bro.
It's a bit like I'm giving example.
Ask me
Hold on.
Right, blood, that's what it is.
Because of the Second World
And
War.
Haile Selassie, and brother, Haile Selassie,
So there's a
Haile
just
Selassie
claim someone else's land.
Hold on. Brother, Haile Selassie, he was pro-British when they and he didn't want when Somali tried to get that.
Was Haile Selassie working with the British?
Yes,
He was a bro.
And when
Selassie was an ally of the British.
he was a big ally. So what he's saying,
ally.
when we in 1977, I'm giving you context. I'm giving you context.
Go on.
1977,
Yeah.
we had a civil war with Ethiopia. Yeah, we know what we were fighting for? We were fighting for the land of Ogaden, which is our land. We were fighting for it. Do you
So the
understand?
British gave it to him.
The British gave it to them. Gave it to them, and we were. I'm just trying to wrap it up. Hold on, you can come in. Yeah. We were trying to take that back in 1977. You understand, innit? So then the narrative, the British narrative, and the Western narrative, they will say, oh, the Somalis were causing problems in that war in 1977. But in reality, we wanted to get that land back from Ethiopia. You understand, innit?
Which is ours.
And Haile Selassie was pro-British.
Why would he take that?
Hold on.
Because if you want to see a Somali state, bro,
He
you
didn't
have to
want to see Somali
understand.
state, so he wanted that
take the
land.
whole damn land.
He wanted that land.
But yeah, just can I wrap up?
Gold or is it
And
diamonds?
Ogaden, yeah. The people, the phenotype, everyone, you can see it. Yeah?
Stop.
These are Somali people. You understand, innit?
Stop, man.
Take him away, man.
And what it is, when we fought for our independence, when we tried to fight for our independence,
You're like a hooligan.
Yes, I'm all set. Yes, I'm all set. Hey, cut, fam. Hey, yo, cut, fam. Hey, yo,
You're like
cut.
a football hooligan, bro.
yo, so what it is, so we try.
Yes, bro.
So what it is,
2 minutes. Give me 2
You had a
minutes.
few pints and come out the pub.
we were freedom fighters, yeah. So you know we were freedom fighters in 1917. We were freedom fighters, and we will try to get that land back.
Yes.
Yeah, to the rightful owners, which is ours.
Yes.
And Haile Selassie was against it. Even
Did you
though
actually fight with Haile Selassie?
we his people, yeah,
No,
there's
no,
a big war.
I'm saying at the time when he
In the
was
Second
power.
World War, we were allied with the Italians
Yeah.
and the Germans. Selassie was allied with the British and the Americans. Of course,
And
we
the
fought,
Cubans as
bro.
well. And the Cubans.
Cubans came later in the
I mean, of
1970s.
course, I don't know if you fought against Haile
Yeah, but I'm
Selassie
trying to tell
himself.
you. I'm giving you reference, bro.
No. Bro, that would be factual history, right? Whether you fought. What I'm saying is, coming back to him personally, yes, and him treating a certain group of people a certain way. Because I think it was you, brother, you were saying about Jamaicans don't know and the Caribbean people don't know.
Like I mentioned to you.
Of what he's really about with Dark as Howl, etc.
Yeah. Like Dark as only Howie. He didn't say Dark as Howie. All he mentioned, he said, okay, there's the positive side he done, But he's telling you, don't neglect the negative side he done. So with the Rastafarians in a panel, they needed to hear the negative. They didn't want. We wanted them to hear the negative.
Look at it. Listen, this is what I'm saying.
Issa, sorry to cut you, but with all the respect in it, like I had the intention of like this being a Somali thing. He's kind of like taking over in it. So, like in the nicest possible way in it. Can I wrap up?
You want to do your Somali thing? Do your Somali thing.
Can I wrap up? Just to wrap it up, yeah.
But
Just to wrap up.
Take over.
You're making valid points. You're making valid points.
You get the argument of Dark is how he's saying it. He's not criticised. He's saying Ross is. You're very good,
And,
what you did, what Haile
Don't make
Selassie
it
did.
personal. Just say,
Nah, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean that.
What Haile Selassie did in Jamaica,
but yeah, just
that was good.
But just to wrap up,
one more. It's just, I'm gonna finish this off. Okay, what he did in Jamaica was good, but he's only telling Dark Sahara. He's only telling the people the negative. They say you need to learn your history, the part of his history. That's all.
I hear that.
That's it.
Now,
I'm done.
Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim. I'm talking to Somali specifically, yeah. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim, my bro. Listen, Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim. Alhamdulillah, we are either Isaq or Darood or Hawiya. We are comfortable with certain layers of our identity. We are comfortable with our tribes. We are comfortable with the fact that we are Muslim and we belong to the Muslim Ummah. And we are comfortable with this collective or collection of tribes known as the Somali people. What we are not comfortable with is our collective East African identity. We are not comfortable with our African identity. Now, the Somali must learn of this. You must research this, and you must learn to embrace it. Yeah, and the African must learn of the Horn. Yeah, you must learn of the Horn, because I'm telling you now that Africa, she is a rhino, bro. She's a rhino. yeah? And we are the people of the Horn, bro. And we have been warring this disease of the caste system for 5,000 years. I am telling you, we have been winning for 4,500. We have been losing for the last 500 because Africa has been mutilated, bro. Yeah? She has been literally dissected. Yeah? They have dissected Northeast Africa from Northwest Africa because they don't want you to think the motherland is the Holy Land. Yeah? They have dissected North Africa from the rest of Africa because they don't want you to know that Timbuktu is Africa. They don't want you to know this, bro. And they have segregated the Horn of Africa from the rest of Africa. And they have poisoned the Horn to not to see themselves as part of Africa. Like this brother was saying, Africans are killing us. Instead of saying other Africans are killing us. You know what I mean? In his subconscious, he has segregated himself from the rest of Africa. This is wrong. This must end. And in order for this to end, we have to challenge these false narratives with facts. And the fact is, alhamdulillah, we are Muslim. Alhamdulillah, we are Somali. Alhamdulillah, we are East African. Alhamdulillah, we are African. But the African also must understand that he has been poisoned against the people of the Horn. He has been he's been fed lies about the people of the Horn. Yeah, and I really believe that a lot of the sort of pro-black the sort of pro-black conscious movement that is in this park, they genuinely have a lot of love for Somalis, but they do not know of our history. Yeah, and you cannot love a people unless you love their history. And the first point that you must start with is that we're not Ethiopian, bro. Yeah, we're not Ethiopian, bro. Foreigners have called us Ethiopian for thousands of years. It must end. It needs to end. We're not Ethiopians, we're not Abyssinians. We are the people of the Horn. We are the people of the ocean. So I would urge you, learn about the Ajwan Sultanates. Learn about the land of Punt. Yeah? Learn about all the city-states that existed across the Horn of Africa, and learn how they segregated the Horn of Africa from the African. Yeah? And it's worked both ways. They poisoned the Somali against the African, and they poisoned the African against the people of the Horn. Yeah? And if we are to end these narratives, we must see this prejudice and this bias within ourselves for us to challenge it. Yeah? And that's all really I want to say. I would like to, you know what I mean, thank you, Content, for giving us this opportunity. And, you know, like I said at the beginning, Somalis love to shut me down. But I'm not no traitor, I ain't no betrayer. I love being Somali. But it's only recently I've got to grips with all layers of my identity. So up until very recently, I went by Isaac, which is my tribe, and Somali, and the fact that I am Muslim first and foremost. But it's only recently I've realized, brother, I'm Arab. I am literally from an Arab. Yeah, a real Arab from Yemen, not a fake Arab, bro. Yeah, I'm from a real Arab from Yemen. Yeah, and I've only recently become comfortable with this idea that I can, if I want to, describe myself as Arab. Yeah, I've only recently become comfortable with the idea that I am, along with the Ethiopians and the Eritreans, we share this collective identity of East African.
Are you Arab or African now? Are you confusing me? Both.
I'm both, bro. I'm literally both, bro. I'm Somali.
It doesn't even matter. You're just human. Really? Because then you might as well stand there and start saying everything all about Arabs too. Well, the whole thing you said about the Somalians and your Somali identity, you might as well stand there and say the whole thing about your Arab identity too.
So Arabs are very comfortable with their identity, so they understand their identity. Somalis don't.
The point that you're actually like...
No, the point I'm making...
on your identity,
is, no, brother, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. Other people, like Arabs, are very comfortable with all layers of their identity. Somalis are not. Somalis are not, yeah? And in order for us to be comfortable,
general comment, my brother. Can't say that Somalis.
I am a Somali. Yeah, listen, bro. I can. I'm
speaking on behalf of the whole of Somalia.
Bro, I'm speaking of my own personal experience. All the Somalis I've interacted with. Please stop shutting me down. Why do people love shutting me down, bro?
Somalians are trying to shut you
so
down.
you are more qualified to speak about Somalis than me?
You said yourself.
You are more qualified. You are more qualified.
Somalis are shutting you down. That's what you said.
Because they're not comfortable with their layers of their identity.
If they're shutting you down, that means they don't agree with you. So you can't be talking on their behalf. That's what I'm saying. It's common sense.
Okay, so now we don't have a Somali here. Another Muslim wants to shut me down. That's okay. I invite all people. Inshallah, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
To be fair, so
it's
don't
okay.
Be making them statements, really.
It's okay.
Don't look at man as a category. Don't always categorize him.
Cool. So a man is here to shut me down.
A human to a human. I'm saying to you, you said that Somalia this for the whole 90 minutes, and at the end you said you're Arab too. So therefore,
so I am Somali. I am, first of all, I'm Muslim first. Yeah. Underneath that I am Isaac. Underneath that I am Somali.
Okay.
Underneath that I am East African.
Okay.
Underneath that I am African.
Okay.
But a layer of my identity is Arab.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
simple.
All of that, you're human.
And also understand, brother, that there are other layers of my identity that I have shed, I've got rid of. For example, I was very comfortable in the past to call myself British. I never today refer to myself as British. I don't care I was born here. I don't care I have a red passport. You know what I mean? If a Bengali tiger is born in captivity, he's still a Bengali tiger. And I'm still Somali. You feel me?
I hear that point.
And I've also shed other layers of my identity. I've only recently embraced certain layers of my identity. So today what we're talking about is Somali identity. Because I've been constantly accused of having an identity crisis. Like I don't know who I am. No, I do, bro. I do. And I've only recently learnt who I am. Yeah? And I always knew I was Somali. Right? I've always had banana and rice. And I mean, I've always known I was Somali. But it's only recently I've come to grips with other layers of my identity. So that's what I'm talking about.
Where you was born?
I was born in London. I was born in London, so Somalis were.
Back to Somalia, you know they're calling you British, though, isn't it?
Of course, I've been there and they call me bruv. They've had arguments with people for like half an hour. You're English, you're English, you're English. But that's anyway, yeah.
You know, I was in a situation not too far away from what you're saying, and I'll say to you that as a man that's probably quite a lot older than you,
sure,
that what you're gonna probably find in about 10 or 20 years, you're gonna say to yourself, you know what? I can't lie to that. The truth of the matter is, I'm a Londoner. That's what you're gonna say. Trust me.
Yeah, bunda. So for most of my life, the first layer of my identity that I have chosen is London. Yeah, the fact that I'm a Londoner. I have now shed that identity. I don't care about it. I don't give a damn about it. Yes, I am, but I don't care about it, bro. I'll be real with you. I don't care about it. I'm building the house in Berbera for a reason. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want the vitamin D supplements no more. You feel me? I don't care. I'm not here no more. I don't want to be here no more. Fuck the Queen, bro. Big man thing. I'm not here. I'm not repping the Queen, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm saying to you, all the stuff that you're saying, sometimes when you go back where you're thinking you're going to go back, there's a part of you that's going to still miss London. Trust me on that.
Sure, you're right about that. You're right about that.
Like Ribena. You know what I'm saying? I just need some Ribena.
So yes, I am a Londoner. Look, brother, I'm a Londoner. Yeah, I'm not telling you I'm not. I'm not here to say.
Bring some celebrations.
I'm not here to say I'm not a Londoner. What I'm saying is.
With Somalian sweet. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, my brother. I'm showing you that.
I don't know, because when I went back to Nigeria, I didn't want to come back, man.
You're not going to, yeah?
I didn't want to come back.
For how long were you there for?
For like 10 days.
That's what I'm saying. I give you 6 months. 6 months later, you're going to be like,
bro, let me tell you something. Brother, let me tell you something, yeah? Brother. When I was born here.
This Uncle C thing, you know, it's too much every day. That's just fish and chips. You know what I'm saying? Can't be eating pasta and having Uncle C every day for breakfast. I can do that, man.
So I was born here, but I lived in Somalia for 2 years. I promise you, my greatest regrets is that my father wanted me to be raised here. Yeah? Because the happiest period of my childhood, facts, was those 2 years I lived in Somalia. Yeah? I grew up in a block with a crackhead on my walkway in London. In Somalia, I lived in a villa where we grew our own fruit and veg in our back garden. Not even our garden, we had a proper farm. Yeah? We grew our own fruit and veg that we ate. And in London, I grew up in a block, bro. In a dirty block that had cockroaches and rats. Yeah? And you want to tell me about the third world? You know what I mean? You want to say the third world? No, bro, the third world is Europe. Let's talk facts. The third world is Europe.
But you know, you see, the thing about sometimes you say that, yeah? But then you might be in a situation where you're in a country and you're sick and you're going to the doctor and they're asking you for money. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, 1 second. You're just like, 1 second. You know what I mean? I'm saying to you, sometimes you're quick to write off certain things in this country. I'm telling you this as a man that's travelled and tried to live in other countries, thinking that this country is effed. But really and truly, when you go to a doctor in some of them countries there, it's like you taking your car to the mechanic here. You don't know if the mechanic's telling you the truth or not because he just wants to make money.
Sure.
Do you understand? So you're going to the doctor and he's telling you there's certain things wrong with you that ain't actually wrong with you, he just wants to up the bill. Whereas over here, you go to the hospital, they're not trying to do that. Do you understand? It's NHS. So that's the point I'm making to you, the simple point I'm making to you is that sometimes it seems like the grass is greener on the other side. And it is with certain elements, but not all across the board. You know
bro, I'm telling you, I was much happier as a child in Somalia than I was in England. And I'm telling you facts, yeah? The greatest regret of my life is that my dad forced us to move back here. Well, it was my mum really, but my parents decided that they wanted me to go to a British school, they wanted me to go to British hospitals if I got sick, etc., to go to a British university, etc. That is literally the greatest regret I have. And I am going to make sure, Sorry?
Do you mind revealing your age or approximate age on camera?
I'm late 20s, mid 20s, late 20s.
So as you know, wisdom comes with age, innit? Wisdom comes with age. So sometimes your dad knows certain things you don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why he made certain decisions that he made.
I'm telling you, I wish he didn't. I really wish he didn't.
What I'm saying to you is that at first, some of them decisions you might think, nah, why did he do that? But there's other things that he knew that you didn't know because he was wiser than you at that time.
Brother, should I tell you something? I'm from Hargeisa, yeah? There has not been a bombing in Hargeisa since 1988. He moved us to London. How many bombs since in 1988? Like 6, 7, 8? Come on, bro. And you want to talk about third world, bro?
Okay, but what about the education that you would have got in Somalia?
Why are you assuming there's a bad education?
No, I didn't assume it.
Come on, bro. Why are you assuming?
I asked you, what about the education you would have received in Somalia compared to the...
I don't know what I would have received because I don't have anything to compare it to.
But your dad would have known.
Yeah, but my dad went to university in America because the Somali government paid for it.
Well, there you go. So your dad made the decision to bring you over here, maybe to get you educated, for you to be able to go back and make that money and go back.
And that was always the plan. That was always the plan.
So
if you look, if you spoke to my dad, he would tell you the exactly same thing. I only want you to come here to get an education and then take that knowledge back to Africa.
So your dad made the right choice.
Yes, but what I'm saying is to you, for me personally, I wish he never did that. I really wish he never did that. I really wish I stayed in Africa, bro.
It's easy to say that when you're standing where you are now. It's easy to say that. Do you understand?
Yeah, but I'm telling you based on my life experiences. But fair enough, but you don't have any right to come to me without my own personal life experiences and then for you to project your own thoughts upon them.
So what I'm saying to you is that your life experiences here that you've had, like I can't tell you what they are, then you can't even tell me what your life experiences would have been when you were there. Because you're not there living that life.
I did live that life for 2 years, and I'm telling you it was better.
Only for 2 years.
Yeah, but at least I have a sample.
What age was you?
I moved there when I was like 7, moved back when I was like 9.
So when I went to one of them countries when I was between 8 and 9, a year and a half, and to be honest, it was wonderful for me. I loved it. I was flying kites. I was fighting chickens. We was doing outdoor stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, beautiful.
It was all nice, but in reality, it was better for me to come back here.
So that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but. Brother, like, I have a different opinion, you know what I mean? And let's just agree to disagree, you know what I mean?
I understand, but the only point I'm making to you...
And it's a fair point.
The point I'm making to you is
it's
that
what
you have to recognise is that wisdom comes with age, isn't it?
True.
And some of the decisions that your dad made, you might not be able to understand them as yet, and they might seem confusing.
No, I understand them. Okay. I understand why he brought me here. Yeah. So if I get sick, I can go to an English hospital. Yeah. So I can go to an English school. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why he brought me here. And that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. What I'm saying is, I wish he didn't.
Because maybe he didn't know about.
That's what I'm saying to you.
He didn't know about crackers.
Bro, in England, the Somali in Somalia thinks the roads here are paved with gold.
Yeah, that's what they think.
Facts. Bro, when I was in Somalia 2 years ago, I had 3 random marriage proposals, like from shopkeepers. Like jokey marriage proposal, but nonetheless they said, "Yo, marry me, bro. I want to go back to England. Take me back in your suitcase."
They want the red book, it's not you.
I know. They want the red book, not me. I know, obviously. You hear me? I know this. But in Somalia, I'm lucky. I never got raised with this idea. But the Somali thinks of Somalia as Al-Shabaab, as bombs every 5 minutes, etc., etc. Right? Now the Somali has been poisoned to think his country is a s-hole, for want of a better phrase, and the Somali in Somalia has been poisoned to think that this place is covered with gold. Yeah, no, bro. Our gold is in the Bank of England, rude boy. I'm here to get it back, bro. I'm not here for no charity. You feel me? I'm not here for no charity. My education wasn't paid for by no Englishman. Yeah, we paid for it with ourselves. Because 100 years ago, you stole my gold, bro. You know what I mean? I know whose stuff is in the British Museum. I know whose books are in the British Library. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, we make these plans off camera.
Bro, you know what I mean? Bunda Queen, well, you're up. I don't mind saying that on camera. Bunda Queen, it's a free country, I can say that.
Interesting discussion, and we've learned something from you, my brother.
Good to hear that. But yeah, I don't want people to hear like criticism of Selassie and to think, oh, like this guy's attacking my somebody. We understand that you put him on a pedestal and you have a lot of love and respect for him. However, like I keep saying, we saw his actions. Yeah, we saw his actions. We not read his words. And if you keep
enlighten us on one thing, because a lot of the Rastas, I hear them talking about like
Selassie,
they're not too on like the white people, and they're not too following the white system and all that. But I heard earlier in the conversation you were saying that Selassie was kind of sounds like he was in bed with the British.
So Selassie, so in the Second World War,
it's true now.
So this is a historical fact. Yeah, Second World War started in Africa. It did not start in Europe. It started when Mussolini used Somalia to invade Ethiopia.
This is the start of the Second World War.
This is 1935. It comes 4 years before Germany invaded Poland. Okay? This is where the Second World War started. Now, Mussolini used Somalia to invade Ethiopia. So the Somalis were allied with Mussolini and Germany and Japan. Ethiopia automatically became aligned as soon as Britain joined the war and America joined the war. They automatically aligned with them because obviously my enemy's enemy is my friend, innit? You feel me? So this is the fundamental premise that you have to understand, innit? So Selassie was an ally of the British. Other people would argue that he was an agent of the British. I wouldn't say that. I would argue that he was an ally, and he was one of few Africans that was treated as an equal to the Europeans. Like the Europeans treated him as an equal because they knew about Abyssinia. They knew what we did to the Portuguese in the 1600s, how we gave them a backhand, bro. Like, so they respected East Africa. So that's why Selassie was treated as an equal. And also they respected him because he was fighting their enemy, which was Mussolini. You know what I mean? So they respected him. But what I'm saying is, Selassie did not respect us.
So what's the deal that he cut with the British?
For Ogden, for Western Somalia. For Western Somalia. He did not want to see a united Somalia. He did not want to see a superpower on his doorstep. So he did everything he could to make sure Somalia was divided. So, so he clamped Western Somalia. He helped the French reinforce their colony in what is today Djibouti. He helped the British strengthen their colony, which is today modern-day Somaliland, and so forth. So he did whatever he could to make sure that the region that is known as the Horn of Africa, where the Somali people live, was never united. And to this day, Greater Somalia has never been one unified state. Never been one unified state in the way we think of a nation state today.
And a bit of a more light-hearted question.
Yeah.
What's the Somalian national dish?
So Somali, the word is Somali. I don't know what the hell a Somalian is, but I ain't a Somalian. I am Somali.
What's the difference between a Somali and a
Somalian does not exist in the English language, nor does it exist in the Somali language, nor does it exist in Arabic. It's something that BBC literally made up. I'm not exaggerating. They literally made it up. If you type it into to Google, they'll tell you, do you mean Somali?
Because there's Somaliland and there's...
So Somaliland is the former British protectorate of Somaliland.
Hargeisa is there.
This is Hargeisa. This is my city. This is where I'm from. So, like I said, because they were so scared of us, they were terrified of us. Trust me, bro. European colonization wasn't the same for us as it was for the rest of Africa. They didn't just respect us, they feared us because of what we did to the Portuguese. Yeah, when we were the Adjuan Sultanates. The Portuguese were the first European to come to Africa.
So what's the Somali national dish?
So what the Indian mistakenly refers to as biryani. It's not biryani, it's sudah karas. You got it from us. You got it from us. The Indian Ocean is not the Indian Ocean, it's the Somali Ocean. We ran it 10,000 years ago. Let's talk facts, bro.
Is that the one where they put the lamb and then there's a bit of...
It's like rice, meat, you get me? It's biryani.
Banana, yogurt.
But now, not banana and yogurt. Banana with rice, yes. But not banana and yogurt. What's this guy on? Oh, yogurt, yeah, no, I'm not. Like Greek yogurt. Oh, Greek yogurt. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I thought you meant like, yogurt like a little kiddies. I was like, what's this guy on? No, like, yeah, Greek yogurt, yeah.
Banana on the side, definitely. You have to put
always a banana on the side,
That's the difference with the Indians don't have that.
Yeah, because they forgot, bro. When we introduced them to it, we introduced them to it with the banana, and they lost the banana. They lost the banana. But understand, to the Indian, to the Bengali, when you wear ma'awis, bruv, you're wearing my brother's ma'awis. When the Pakistani, when they're wearing henna, they're wearing my sister's henna. Yeah, a sari is not a sari, it's a dira. Yeah, you got all of this from me. You got this from me because I controlled the so-called Indian Ocean 10,000 years ago. Facts, bro. Facts. Yeah. You don't need to research the land of punts. You don't need to understand that we have been rich for 10,000 years and we've been poor for 40 years.
Well, where did this come from? Sheko, shabra about those things. How about that?
Hey, listen, you get a fist pump for that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really gonna comment on that on camera. That's something. I can't really say. It's kind of, huh? Yeah, he hit me with something. It's like a nursery rhyme kind of thing, innit? It's like a rhyme that we have. But anyway, look, I just want to say research about. Learn up if you are African and you truly love Africa. Learn about all the corners of Africa, the Horn, the Arabian Peninsula. Learn about the Ashants. Learn about Mali. Learn about Timbuktu. Don't just read about Egypt, bro. You know what I mean? Egypt is just simply the gatekeeper. Sorry, the first step for you to discover Africa, man, and discover the Horn. And understand we are not Ethiopian, bro. Yeah, we are Ethiopians. We share this collective identity, yes, but we are not them. We are we are fundamentally different to Ethiopia.
You know, mostly in London, if man see us Ethiopian, they think he's Somali.
Somali.
Or Somalian.
If you take away anything from this conversation, I am not a Somalian. Yeah, I am Somali.
We call them Somalian.
Because you are wrong, and you are that is a that's not a derogatory term, but to me I find it offensive that you can't even bother to learn the difference.
I know Somalians that call themselves Somalians.
Because they're confused, bro.
Huh?
They're confused, bro.
They're confused.
They're confused. It's not a modern term. It doesn't exist, bro.
BBC term. Of course it does.
It does not exist. Google it. I beg you, Google it right now. Google Somalian. It will say, "Do you mean Somali?" It's not real. It doesn't exist in English. It doesn't exist in Somali nor in Arabic. It's not real.
Let me get educated here. So the word Somalian.
It is fake. It is not real. The word Somali is real. I am Somali. I'm not Somalian. It doesn't matter if a Somali calls himself Somalian. He's confused. He's brainwashed.
Okay, no, but what I'm trying to say to you is that look, at the end of the day, if that's the term that they're calling themselves now, then you can't deny them that they can't call themselves that.
I'm telling you, when we came to this country, brother, hang on. You don't understand, yeah? When we came to this, brother, 1 second. When we came to this country, we came with the title, the crown of Abdurrahman, yeah? Abdul Qadir, right? We came with the title of slave to the most merciful, right? And then we came here and we allowed people to call us Abdi, bro. We invited people to refer to us as the Abdi. We are not no slave to no man, yeah? We are slaves to God.
So
you understand?
Somalian, you're Somali.
I am Somali. We are all Somali. All of us. Collectively, we are Somali. And this is part of it. We don't understand our own identity, so we are...
Malis as well.
So this is another term that...
Malis.
That's fine, bro. This is another term that...
Somalis for sure.
Yes.
Is that okay, Mali?
That's fine with me. I don't mind that. I hate Somalian.
The point I'm saying to you is that more time, as a non-African, when I see Somali or Mali looking folk in London, like even an Ethiopian, because you keep standing there and saying, I'm not Ethiopian. But I think a lot of Ethiopians get mistaken.
Fair enough. Listen, hella people right now, hella people
kind of look similar.
Hella people, listen, we're the most listen to me. We are the most homogenous group on the planet. Yeah? Compare Ethiopians, Eritreans and Somalis to Chinese people. We are closer than Chinese people are. We are closer than Americans are. We are closer than Europeans are. We are I'm talking about the East African, the Somali, the Eritrean, and the Ethiopian. We are the most homogenous group on the world. However, despite that, within that East African identity, right, we are fundamentally different to the people that are referred to as Ethiopian. They are people of the river. We are people of the ocean. You understand? The Sudanese are people of the river. The Egyptians, they are people of the river.
Like, you know,
we are people from the ocean.
The Pakistanis, they don't like people calling them Indian and vice versa. You know
but they are Indian. They are from the people of the Indian continent, so therefore you are Indian.
How far back you go, innit?
So I don't go by European lines. I'll be real with you. I don't care about European lines, right?
If you go back to no land, then you know what I'm saying. You are them and they are you.
So I wouldn't call I wouldn't call a Pakistani. I'll call him Punjabi if he's real. If he's fake, I'll call him Pakistani. If it's a fake Bangladeshi, I'll call him Bangladeshi. If it's real, I'll call him Bengali.
But you're not in a position to call nobody fake or real.
I definitely am, bro.
How can you be telling man they're fake?
Bro, there's hella fake.
You the same thing, bro.
That's fair enough.
Doesn't make no sense. How are you going to say
that's fair enough.
Fake Pakistani? What would determine if he's a fake Pakistani to you?
Because hang on. What's the first layer of your identity? Muslim, yes?
Yeah.
Cool. Afghans know this. Somalis know this. Hella Pakistanis put their flag before the Ummah. Hella Pakistanis. Not all of them. The real ones are the Punjabis. The real ones don't. Yeah? The fake ones do. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact, bro. You know what I mean? I hear bear man say Pakistan, Zanzibar, whatever it is. You know what I mean? But when Somalis are dying, how many of them are defending us?
All this nationalism kind of causes kind of like...
I don't believe in nationalism. I'm anti-nationalism. Shall I tell you the truth? I'm anti-Israel, I'm anti-Britain, I'm anti-America, I'm anti-Somalia. I'm anti-all nationalisms. I don't care about nationalism. I don't care about no flag. The only nation I belong to is the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and within that, the part of the Ummah I come from is the Horn of Africa. You understand? And I want Somalis to get to grips with all layers of their identity and to shed the fake layers and to claim the real layers. You understand? So this is the intention of my talk today, innit? You know what I mean? Because ultimately today Somalis, we go by fake flags. Djibouti is a fake flag, it's not real. Somaliland, which is where I'm from, it is a fake flag, it is not real. Somalia, it is a fake flag, it is not real. Ogden, it is a fake flag, it's not real. NFD, it is a fake flag, it is not real. The only thing that is real is the Horn of Africa. Yeah, and that's always been there. It's always been there, right? So that's all I'm here to do, brother. So I'm not. So you have some interesting ideas, but I feel like you just want to pick an argument with me today.
No, not at all, man. Not in this light. If anything, I'm kind of educated by what you're saying. It's just a situation where I feel that sometimes when you emphasize on like where you're coming, where you are, and what race you are, and all that kind of stuff, I feel it's a bit like going backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Do you understand that my reality is not the same as yours? Yeah.
Move away from me.
Can't take away everything from your humanity.
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen. COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky YG. I just listen to COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky YG. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. If you see me, it's COE. Put it over everything. COE.
Man, not even know BBC. Man, not even know ITV. Not even listen to the MUM. They just listen to COE. Sorry, mommy, I'm lying. But listen to your mom.